Hello and welcome to Loon Lovers Live, where we are chatting with fans of the Game Changer series and the upcoming Heated Rivalry TV show. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Anne, and today we are meeting with Lacey to talk about their experience with the books and the show. Welcome, Lacey.
Thank you. Really, really happy to be here. Thank you guys for asking me to do this.
And hopefully, a lot of you already know Lacey from the most amazing hockey website to ever website, Double Hockey Sticks, STIX. You may notice my Too Many Men hat right there, my beanie. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we're matching. Please check out the website, and not just the website, but all the good Lacey does in their community is just incredible. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Um, Lacey, tell us where we can find you on social media.
Beside my website, doublehockeysticks.com, I'm at double.hockey.sticks on Instagram and Threads. Those are my main spaces that I hang out. So that's where you can find me. And it is STIX.
And where are you from?
So I live in Southern California. I live in Anaheim, and I'm originally from the Pacific Northwest. So I was born in Oregon, grew up in Washington. So I still have that very deep connection. But I do live in Southern California, and I'm very Californian.
West Coast.
Yes, West Coast baby. I did live in Philly for a year, and I was not cut out for it. So came right back to the West Coast.
When did you first read Heated Rivalry?
So that about 2.5 years ago, it was actually the first hockey romance book I ever read. So I set the bar really high. Well, I started with the first book in the series. So I read the series first. Um, and yeah, that was my introduction to hockey romance. And I was like, oh, this is good.
Started at the top.
Yeah, pretty much.
In terms of hockey culture, what does this queer hockey book mean to you?
Oh man, so much. Like just the fact that it's getting adapted into a series and a queer man is directing it.
Mm.
Like that, when I first heard it was coming out, but then I heard it was attached to Jacob Tierney, which I love Shoresy and I love Letterkenny. I was like, that is like you can't get a bigger stamp of approval, in my opinion. So that's how I know it was done right. And he saw something in it that was authentic because he is a queer man. It's so important because I think with the series, the TV series, we're gonna get that authenticity. I think Rachel Reid did a great job in the book, making it as authentic as she could, not being a queer man herself. But I think it's really important to have this perspective. And not only as in the book, but the TV series is going to be really important for the queer hockey community and the hockey community at large. I think like the day I heard about it, I just kind of felt like this might change things. Like
Mm.
this could actually change things. Game changer.
Yeah,
I see what
exactly.
you did there. Oh, do you have a favorite character in the book or the series?
So Shane and Elia are actually not my favorite. I love Troy and Harris. They are comfort characters.
Oops.
That was my favorite book. And there's just scenes in that book that I hold so dearly. I love their relationship. They, yeah, they're everything to me. I can't pick between Shane and Ilya. I'm like, I love both of them for different reasons. I know a lot of people love Ilya because of how like brash and outspoken he is. But I kind of like, Shane's softer side. Like I am a very outspoken, loud person, so I can relate to Ilya in that way. But I think, I would like to be a little bit more like Shane.
I would just like to say a lot of people are saying Troy and Harris. So, season
Yeah,
two.
you're not alone. You're not alone.
No.
They are, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I read the book and was like,
I
I,
don't, maybe we just have a weird like group of people, but we've gotten some really interesting answers to that question. It is
Yeah.
not just people saying Everyone's like, oh, it's all gonna be Ilya, and then
It's
pick
not.
somebody else. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the common one. That's you always hear like everybody, you're gonna love Ilya.
right.
I do, but he's just not my favorite.
Which is it's good that
And
there's
that's
something for
okay.
everyone. Yeah.
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 It is a good expansive series, so
Mhm.
So since you've read Game Changer, the series does start with a hidden queer relationship that is very publicly announced at the Stanley Cup Finals. Um, this sets off a series of relationships and later books that deal with being queer in the NHL. While there are currently no out queer players in the NHL, there is one, Luke Prokop, in the AHL. Shout out to Luke. Do you see the same sort of momentum happening when one player trailblazers for others that kind of happened in the books? Could this, do you think, happen in the NHL at some point?
So I do think again, like this series, I think is going to help change some things and shift some perspectives. But it is fiction,
Mhm.
and we did see when Luke Prokop came out, he did an interview a couple years later and said, I really thought that this was going to get the ball rolling and people were going to start to come out. And he said that when no one did, he just was kind of shocked and like
Mm.
felt alone in that. And so, I mean, honestly, like knowing how deep and cult like hockey culture runs, like I don't know. Like it hasn't happened yet after Luke coming out, and it's sad and it's kind of scary. But I think getting more acceptance through things like this, through having queer hockey clothing
Yeah.
representation matters. I think through things like this, we find our people and there's power in people. So I feel like if we could get one big guy, one big guy in the NHL just to be like,
We need our Scott Hunter.
yes, yes, like an active player, somebody who is big, and I'm sure they exist.
Right.
Um, if somebody like that could come out, I think that it would really, really change things. But you don't even see it a lot in other sports. Like it's still stigmatized,
Mhm.
outside of hockey, and so I do and I don't see change coming.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unpredictable, and just knowing the history of hockey, like. I have hope, but knowing the reality of the sport, like I just don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is another great reason why we love Lacey. We love double hockey sticks. We love the representation that you bring, and let's just keep doing it, right? Let's just
I'm
keep
trying.
keep pounding at that wall until it breaks at
Yes.
some
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
we're all in it together. So, and
Yeah.
the allies too, like we need everybody in this. So,
Yeah.
What is your favorite part of the trailer?
okay. So the first time the trailer came out, I was on a road trip driving somewhere with my boyfriend, and my phone was hooked up to the sound in the car. And I
Oh
knew
no.
he wouldn't, I mean, he wouldn't care, but like I knew he really didn't want to hear that. So I was like watching it on mute, like over and over, trying to like figure out what was going on. And we finally stopped a couple hours later and I like got to watch it and I was like, hold on, like I need my moment to like watch this and absorb it. Um, my favorite part that speaks to me emotionally is when they see each other across the dance floor and there's
Mhm.
like all the scenes in
Light.
oh my God, like that the cinematography of that is beautiful. When I lived in Philadelphia, I went to film school. So I still like love those things and I notice things like that. So the cinematography, the editing there is beautiful, the lighting's beautiful, and just how it kind of melds into the scene of them together. Like, oh, everything about that is just like emotional and beautiful to me.
Shout out to Jackson Peril for his work.
Right.
Absolutely
Amazing.
stunning.
Quite a few people have mentioned that
Yes.
moment.
Yeah,
Cool.
we are so fortunate. Yeah.
Chills.
Mhm.
What are you looking forward to seeing in the show?
Queer hockey.
The
Just
hockey.
the queer hockey, like just the representation.
Mhm.
I also like I I love like when you get Ilya alone in his head. I
Mm.
love when he's almost not confident and questioning himself, and those moments where like he's having a cigarette by himself, he's outside, he's thinking of his mom, thinking of his dad, his family, Russia, his problems. Those moments, are almost more intimate to me than sex scenes. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to, I think, like the inner monologue and the way that actors are going to kind of get into the unspoken things. That is,
Yes.
I think, the subtle, like, ooh, I just knowing those two actors, I think they're gonna pull it off like so well.
I can't wait. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
Okay, so we finish up with some rapid fire questions where you just answer this or that,
Oh God.
whichever one you come up with first.
Okay.
So, the first one is World Junior Hockey Championships or Olympics?
Oh my God. Olympics.
Boston or Montreal?
Montreal.
Polite Canadian boys or bad boy Russians?
Bad boy Russian.
Tuna melts or burgers?
Oh, tuna melts.
Coke or ginger ale?
Coke.
Nice. Well, Lacey, thank you so much for joining us, and check back soon for more heated rivalry love on Loon Lovers Live.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.